Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Will Ostrand, and in this video I want to briefly go over what the main purpose of this channel will be, both in terms of the topics that will be covered in the first video series, as well as just the overarching goal of the whole channel. So in the simplest terms, this channel is going to be focused on presenting a new mathematical music theory. And it evolves around prime numbers and a little group theory, but it's going to mostly be tailored towards all audiences and will mostly resonate with musicians, math and physics kind of people, and anyone who's curious about understanding things at a deeper level. So I wrote a book about this theory. It's called Tonal Gears, if you can believe it. So this channel will initially serve as an overview of that book and will be available somehow if you'd rather read it. I figured that sharing this book and the ideas in the book in a more public and engaging way would better serve my interest in sharing it rather than just trying to get people to read it. So the big picture of the theory is that our current highly accepted understanding of why we think that notes sound good together is flawed, and that there are actually more musical systems that we could be using other than just the one with 12 notes. Now, whether you agree with this already or not, what I am presenting is a new way of thinking about music. But with that being said, I want it to be clear that I'm not trying to say that 12-tone music is bad. I'm not trying to say that the music that we listen to now is wrong or that it's some kind of government conspiracy. That's not the point. This idea fully supports the use of 12-tone music, and it merely provides an idea that 12-tone music exists in a broader framework of other musical systems, and that's what tonal gears are. So you may have noticed that there are already a few videos on the channel. So literally speaking, the channel has two main goals. I'm going to be sharing music, and I'm going to be talking about music theory. So this means I might be sharing music that uses normal 12-tone equal temperament, and some of the music I'm going to share is going to have 20-tone equal temperament. And what I want to demonstrate is that 20-tone music sounds identical in many ways to 12-tone music. That is, that it is almost indistinguishable if you aren't listening closely. And despite those similarities, its existence offers new possibilities for the creation of music. The music that you're actually hearing right now, being played on this black guitar here, is actually made using 20-tone equal temperament. The second and more immediate purpose of the channel will be centered on presenting tonal gears as a new music theory. It will involve discussing music theory, but not in a way you're probably used to. So think less sheet music and more like engineering and math. We will be talking a lot about the mathematics behind music theory and trying to answer questions like, why do some notes sound good together while others don't? And how can I start experimenting with these other music systems? What are tonal gears? It's kind of important. Tonal gears just represents the idea that music is both an art and a mathematical phenomenon. It represents how music operates a bit like a well-oiled machine, how music actually has a deep connection to rotations, sequences, and that its structure, such as the key signatures and the chords that are in them, can be generated with a formulaic kind of algorithm. And you can approach that with no intrinsic assumption that you're trying to create music. You can generate these patterns just with group theory. So 12-tone ET would be gear 12. And some of the other gears would be 20 or 28. It's important to note that not every number of notes fits in with this idea, so you can't have any musical system that you want to throw in there. It's a very specific structure that connects these systems, and it's rooted fundamentally in prime numbers. So it has to be a number of notes that's 4 times p for a prime number. So 12, that's 3 times 4. 20, that's 5 times 4. So with that in mind, the channel is going to be focused on discussing both ideas directly related to tonal gears as well as more general topics. So my loose schedule of video uploads coming up in the future are going to be an overview of tonal gears, We're going to do a history of music. We're going to do what is music and why it sounds good. We're going to compare 12 and 20 tone ET. We're going to do a detailed explanation of Gear 20 and how the key signatures work and how the chords work. Mixed in there, we're going to be responding to comments and frequently asked questions. There's going to be full songs, and we're going to do more general topics as well. That's just about it. Before we go, my main point in sharing this is that I want to convince you that 20-tone equal temperament is one of those music systems that actually sounds good. If you're like me, you may have heard microtonal music and thought that it sounded kind of weird. I don't want to hate on that because that would be hypocritical. But I do want to stress that most microtonal systems don't fit in with this particular idea. So one of the more common microtonal systems, 24-tone equal temperament, that doesn't fit in here. And what you should notice about 20-tone equal temperament is that it shares a particular quality that regular music has. It has these like major and minor qualities. You can hear like bluesy sounding guitar licks. It should even kind of trick anyone who's just hearing it casually into thinking that it's just regular music. And that's why I really believe in this idea. That's why I want to share it with you. There's going to be some videos focus more on math, some focus more on music. It shouldn't be too hard to figure out which ones those are. And again, like I said, there should be a free PDF version of the book online. You should be able to look for it in the channel description. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. And there you go. There you have it.